Hey, how's it going? The world is reflecting you. So you can't be upset. Don't be upset about what's going on because somehow, some way, you're creating it. You're thinking or feeling a certain way, and then things are happening to keep you feeling that way. If you're sad, things will happen to help you feel sad. If you're mad, things will happen to help you feel mad. If you're happy or joyful, more things will happen to help you feel joyful. Now, do you believe that? Have you experienced that? Have you tested that? Welcome to Connected Life. I'm Anthony, and today we're talking about how thoughts and feelings equal outcomes. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you've thought something like, I know I'm going to pass this test, and you passed the test. Or, I know I'm going to be in an accident, and you were in an accident. Or, I know this person's going to accept my proposal. Or, I know this person's going to go on a date with me. And they did. You were probably happy about it. You were probably excited. You probably felt some joy about this thing that was going to happen, right? Your thoughts about it, your feelings about it, that's the most important thing, the feeling, equal the outcome. So what about the test that you thought you were going to fail? What about the light that you thought was going to turn red? So don't look at this and say, well, no, I just did that this morning. It didn't turn red. Or I didn't think I was going to pass that test and I did. So it doesn't happen 100% of the time. Now, there are a lot of other things going on that could make you have an outcome that you don't really expect, but that's a lot of subconscious, unconscious stuff. We're not quite going into that today in this video, but at a high level, think about the things that you think about and how you feel about them and how your life unfolds or how your reality is created or how your day-to-day life goes based on how you feel or act in certain days or on certain days. When you're having a happy day, lots of things make you happy, right? When you're having a really shitty day, you're sad, you're lonely, lots of things happen to help you feel sad and lonely. So how do you get out of it? It's up to you to change. It's up to you to shift. It's up to you to say, hey, I felt angry today. I've been angry for an hour. I'm going to move on. Hey, I've been sad today. I've been sad for 3 or 4 hours. I'm going to move on. You want to get yourself out of the loop of crappy energy, crappy feelings, crappy thoughts, right? So if you're angry, more angry things are going to happen. More things are going to come your way that make you continue with that same feeling. If you're sad, more things are going to come along to make you feel sad. Let's say you're sad because you didn't get the apartment. You filled out the application, you didn't get the apartment, and now you're sad. And instead of saying, you know what, there's another apartment that's better for me, or I'll get an apartment that's closer to work or closer to school, or we'll have more amenities, or the rent will be less, you continue to feel sad. I'm so sad. I can't believe it. This is the apartment that I really wanted, right? So you're sad. And then all of a sudden your best friend calls and they're like, you know, I'm really ticked at you. You said this thing a month ago and I'm still thinking about it. So now you're like, okay, now that makes you sad. And then depending on the relationship you have with your parents, I know some people don't have good relationships and some people do, but let's say your parents are coming. You're already sad. Your dad calls and he's like, yeah, we're not going to make it this weekend. We really want to see you, but something else came up. Now you're more sad, right? I mean, that's just an example, but you're sad. your dog pisses on the floor, or worse, your dog chews your sofa. So that's just the kinds of things that could potentially happen depending on how you're thinking and feeling. If you feel lonely, more things will happen to help you feel lonely. People will cancel things. Oh, I'm not going to that party. And you might think, I really wanted to go, but I don't want to go alone. And your friend cancels. So now you feel even more lonely, right? People were going to go out to a club on Friday night. You're feeling lonely. And you're thinking, it'll be nice to go out. Might not lead to anything. So you're basically feeling lonely. And then your friends decide, you know what, we're not going to go out. We're just going to hang at the house and watch a movie. Now you're more sad, right? Sad events keep piling up. So the point of it all is, if you're angry, if you're sad, try and get in there and get out of there. Don't just hover in the sadness, in the loneliness, in the anger, right? You want to change those feelings and thoughts so that your outcomes change. You start to see better things. If you stay sad, or if you stay lonely, or if you stay angry, the more you're going to get those things. So when you shift out of it, you'll start to see things change in your reality. Now, comment below, because I know some people are like, that's not how life works, right? I have friends that are like, that doesn't work. I didn't think it worked either, but now I see that it does because I practice every single day. And now I can look at events and say, oh, that thing happened, and I felt like this. So even though things don't always go my way, I can look back and say, oh shit, you know what? I was thinking this way, I was feeling this way, and that thing didn't go the way I wanted. So how can I be angry at that? I'm the one that caused it. So I'm more careful now what I'm thinking and feeling because I want things to go my way. So the more you get used to that, the more you will understand you are choosing. You can be angry, you can be sad, you can be lonely, but then shift out of that. You don't want to be in a position where you're always trying to think positive, you're always trying to push away the anger, push away the sadness, push away the loneliness. But you want to get in there, feel it, be okay with it, and then move on, because you know when you move on, life will deliver better things to you. So that's what I am currently doing. I'm choosing. I know that I'm sad. I sit with it. I'm okay with it. And then I say, what can I think about that makes me happy? What can I think about that brings me joy? What can get me out of this slumped feeling of sadness or loneliness or anger, so that more things will come my way that are happy or joyful or pleasant. So once you get to the point where you start to realize, oh shit, what I'm thinking and feeling is causing the things that are happening in my life, it's easier for you to shift out of them. And I know a lot of people have a lot of things going on. A lot of it's unconscious or subconscious. You don't even realize it. You don't realize that something that happened 10 years ago is still making you angry way down in your subconscious mind. But the more you think about it, it's just like a trigger. It's just like when somebody says, what a horrible dress. What a terrible jacket. What a shitty car. So what, right? But there's something else in there that makes you feel like, oh my God, I'm so sad now. Or I'm so angry at this person, right? There's a lot of things under there driving what we're experiencing on the surface. So it might be something really small, like, I don't like your new haircut, and you get extremely sad, or you get extremely mad. And it's not a big deal, right? Who cares? I don't give a shit if you don't like my haircut. I do this every day, and it's my way. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But if you say that to me and I get really angry or I get really sad, I have to ask myself, well, what's really causing that, right? What's causing me to be really sad or really angry over something that's really not a big deal? And in most cases, it's something in the subconscious, something from childhood, something from a past relationship, something from 5, 10, 15 years ago. In my case, it was many, many years ago, right? If you think about when you were a child and maybe something happened and made you angry, if you're still holding on to that anger as an adult, certain things are going to trigger you and make you upset and angry, but the bulk of the anger is coming from that thing that happened many years ago. So when we start thinking about how we're thinking and how we're feeling, we have to realize that a lot of times some of that stuff that's coming up for us is not stuff that just happened. It didn't just happen today, it didn't just happen yesterday. It's stuff that's been in there lingering, right? It's been festering, it's been boiling. And then somebody comes along and says or does the wrong thing, pushes the pot off the stove or turns up the flame, right? And we get really angry or we get really sad. So start managing your emotions by connecting. Connect with your feelings, connect with your thoughts, and think, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? Why? And then when you're ready, shift out of them, because now you know. Feelings and thoughts are creating what you're getting. So if you feel sad and lonely all the time, you're going to get more stuff that makes you feel sad and lonely. So shift out of that, feel happy, feel joyful, feel at peace, feel fulfilled, feel like you're in great relationships versus looking at that one little relationship that you hate, that one relationship with that person that you don't get along with, and you just don't know how to say goodbye. You don't know how to get rid of them. Don't focus on that. Focus on the ones that really bring you a lot of joy, a lot of fun, a lot of connection, and you'll get more of those. The problem is we always focus on the shit. We don't focus on the good stuff. If we focused on the good stuff, we would get more good stuff. Comment below and let me know, have you tried this? Has it worked? If it hasn't worked, why do you think it hasn't worked? And are you going to try it again? Like, share, and subscribe, please, and join the community. It's all about connection. Connect to your thoughts, connect to your feelings, connect to you, and then connect to the universe. I'll see you in the next video.